In this video, we'll start with a new subject, database management system. So, e video lo we'll see what is DBMS and what is the importance of DBMS. So, the full form of DBMS is database management system, where D stands for data, B stands for base, M stands for management, and S stands for system. So, what is a database? What is a database? A database is called collection of data. So, collection of data is called a database. And why we are doing management for this collection of data? To access and retrieve the data. So, this collection of data will be managed in such a way that that data can be used for accessing, or we can do any operations on that data. To be simple, accessing, retrieving data, etc. So, in short, how can I tell DBMS? What is a DBMS? So, DBMS can be like expressed as this is used to access and manage stored data. This is why we use this database management systems. So, now let us see what is the main difference between data and information. This is the first point you need to know while learning this DBMS concept. So how this data will be and how this information will be. See, while we work on some data sets also, we have raw data. Okay, so for example, this data will be in the form of raw data. Raw data means there is no meaning for that data. For example, let's take 7. ఈ 7 ఏంటి? I don't know. It is not having any meaning. It can be any day of the week. It can be an age of a person. It can be some month, etc. etc. So, దీనికి ప్రత్యేకంగా we don't know what is it exactly meant for. So, this is called as raw data. So, this means without any meaning. Now, what is information means? This data will be processed, and that processing of data is called as information. So, information is nothing but processing of data. Example, let us take this 7 only. Now, after the data is processed, I can tell whether this 7 is an age or something. So, suppose if I take it as age, my age is 7. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది? ఇక్కడ 7 అనేది డేటా అవుతుంది, అండ్ ఈ ఏజ్ అనేది ఏంటి? మనకిస్తున్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. సో ఏజ్ is nothing but information and 7 is nothing but data. This is the main difference between data and information. Now let us see what is an exact definition of DBMS and what are the real world examples of DBMS and why this DBMS is important. So what is the exact definition of DBMS? DBMS అనేది ఒక సాఫ్ట్వేర్. So that is a software application which helps us to store, organize, manage and retrieve data. మీకు వీటి గురించి in the coming videos you will understand how this particular software helps in storing or organizing or managing or retrieving the data. Now the main point is this particular DBMS acts as a bridge between whom? It acts as a bridge between the user and the database. So it acts as a bridge between the user and the database. For example, if I take, for example, if I am having some 1000 students of data, thousands of students data, అండ్ ఈ డేటా ఏ ఫామ్లో ఉండొచ్చు? మామూలుగా స్టూడెంట్స్ డేటా అంటే ఇట్ విల్ బీ ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ నేమ్, జెండర్, నెక్స్ట్ their roll number, courses they are registered in, grades they have got, etc. Like this we maintain some data of the students. So thousands of dataని ఒకేసారి చూస్తే it will be very confusing for us. It is very chaotic. So what does this DBMS do? Now DBMS comes into picture. సో DBMS ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఈ డేటా మొత్తాన్ని సేఫ్గా ఉంచడంతో పాటు ఇట్ స్టోర్స్ దట్ డేటా ప్రాపర్లీ, ఇట్ ఆర్గనైజెస్ ద డేటా ప్రాపర్లీ, అండ్ ఇట్ ఆల్సో హెల్ప్స్. ఇప్పుడు మనం బై మిస్టేక్ డమ్మీ డేటా కొట్టామనుకోండి, అంటే ఒకే నేమ్నే మళ్ళీ సేమ్ అనదర్ రికార్డ్ వాజ్ స్టోర్డ్ for one person, we stored it 2 times. So what does this DBMS do? It will remove the duplicate values and it will store the exact data. So here DBMS keeps this data safe in an organized and an easy way. And why it is easy? It is easy to update the data. If you want to update any other student data also, it will be very easy to you to update. Now let's see why this DBMS is used and what is the importance of this DBMS. Now let's see the importance of DBMS. So why is DBMS used? For data management, for data security, for data consistency. It is also used for easy access, backup and recovery. అసలు డేటా మేనేజ్మెంట్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఏం చేస్తుంది? దిస్ స్టోర్స్ హ్యూజ్ అమౌంట్స్ ఆఫ్ డేటా, అండ్ ఈ హ్యూజ్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ డేటాని ఎలా స్టోర్ చేస్తుంది? ఇట్ స్టోర్స్ ఇన్ ఏ స్ట్రక్చర్డ్ వే. నెక్స్ట్, వాట్ ఈస్ డేటా సెక్యూరిటీ? This DBMS can control, like if we are having some admin access. What does admin do? He has access. What he can do, he can control the, if I am an admin and if I am having some 30 students mapped under me, what I can do as an admin, I can check their assignments that they are uploading. I can check whether they are at what time they are logging in and what activities are doing. So admin has some particular roles. So this data security controls, like it gives controls who can access the data, controls who can access data. Now what is data consistency? Data consistency is nothing but it will check whether the data is having any duplicate values or not. So it checks, means the main aim is it will check for duplicate values. No duplicate values should be there. Next, easy access. So what is this easy access means? In this particular thing, we can easily search for something, we can update the data and we can delete the data without difficulty. So like ఏంటంటే మనం ఈ పేరు ఎక్కడ ఉంది అని చెప్పి వెతుక్కునే బదులు, in this DBMS it is easy for us to search for the data, to update the data, to delete the data without disturbing any other data point, any other data values, and it is easy for us without to update or to do any action without any difficulty. So here it can easily search, update, or delete data without difficulty. Now what is backup and recovery? If suppose while you are working on your data, if we occur with any crash with the data, if we are occurring with any mistakes in the data, then already the data in which you are working will be stored in its backup folders, so you can restore that data. So if any crash or mistakes occur, what does this DBMS do? It recovers the data. So DBMS recovers data. So this is the importance of DBMS. So let us see some real world examples. What are these real world examples? Where can you use this DBMS? We can use it in banking systems. In banking systems, what they do, they have the data of accounts and the transactions that people are doing. For example, there I'm not giving you whole database structure of a banking system, I'm just giving you some examples. And next, in airlines, what are these airlines databases have? It manages the bookings of the customers, and it also has the data of the flights, schedules of the flights, at what time which flight is scheduled. It has all the data. And for example, if we take a hospital database, in hospital database, what you have, it consists of the data where it has some patient's data, what is the disease of the patient, from which time he is visiting the doctor, what is the prescription he is taking, everything like this we have. Nowadays each and every system is using this database. So this is the importance of database management system. So now this is the main basic structure of our database. So this cylindrical content in this మనకి ఇక్కడ 4 boxes ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఈ 4 boxes are called as data, and this left side part is called as application program, and the right side part is called as end users or programmers. So now what is the main working procedure here? First, these application programs, AP means application programs, don't think of Andhra Pradesh or Arunachal Pradesh, something else. So what is this application programs do? These interact with the database management systems. So this interacts with DBMS. What happens after? See, now application program interacted with DBMS. Now what DBMS do? This DBMS manages the data stored inside the database. Data stored inside database. Okay. So first is application programs interact with DBMS. DBMS తో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అయ్యాక ఏమవుతుంది? ఈ DBMS దాని డేటాబేస్లో ఉన్న డేటా మొత్తాన్ని స్టోర్ చేసుకుంటుంది. స్టోర్ చేసుకున్నాక ఏమవుతుంది? ఎలా వస్తుంది యాక్సెస్ ఎండ్ యూజర్స్కి అనేది? ఎండ్ యూజర్స్ యాక్సెస్ ది డేటాబేస్ త్రూ దిస్ అప్లికేషన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్. సో ఎండ్ యూజర్స్ యాక్సెస్ database through application programs. ఇంకొక పాయింట్, అప్లికేషన్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ మీన్స్ దే ఆర్ ది ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ పార్ట్. అంటే ఫర్ ఫ్రంట్ ఎండ్ విచ్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ we use? We can use either C, C++, Java, etc. End users వచ్చేసరికి they work on back end. అంటే ఏంటి? For back end we use some Python, Node.js, etc. Whereas DBMS means it works on Oracle, MySQL, etc. So this is the basic introduction of what is DBMS, and in the next video we will see what is the architecture of this DBMS and what is data, what are file operations, etc.